everybody, this is Dr. Charm coming to you with another special celebrity medical report. Tonight, I want to talk about a really sensitive topic that everyone is discussing, and that is Jada Pickett-Smith's alopecia. So, of course, everybody and their mama is talking about the fact that at last night's Academy Awards, Will Smith walked up on stage during Chris Rock's speech or dialogue and slapped the living daylights out of him. I mean, for real, it was really, really intense. And then he went back down and sat down and some more words were exchanged. But basically what happened was Will was nominated last night for King Richard for Best Actor, and he was there sitting in the front row with his beautiful wife, Jada Pickett-Smith, and she has a closely shaved hairstyle that she has been sporting for a while now. Chris Rock was presenting for a Best Documentary, and he said, "Hey, I love you, Jada." Will and Jada in the audience, "I love you, Jada. Look like you're getting ready to make G.I. Jane 2. So for people who didn't see G.I. Jane, G.I. Jane was a movie that came out in the 90s where Demi Moore played a woman that went into the military. I think she was in the Special Forces. And of course, she had to shave her head for the movie, which was a big thing back when the movie came out because people did not really shave their heads for roles then. So he was basically alluding to the G.I. Jane film. It really was not that funny of a joke. First of all, most people are not going to get it because that movie came out over 20-something years ago. But, you know, it was a joke that was in poor taste. Now, and the reason it was in poor taste is because Jada Pickett-Smith is suffering from a condition called alopecia areata. And what is alopecia? Because this is, I try to use this as an opportunity to talk about health and things that can help you with your health. So Jada Pickett has, revealed, I think it's been about 2 or 3 years now, she's basically revealed that she has been suffering from alopecia, which is hair loss. And alopecia areata is an autoimmune condition. So what does that mean by autoimmune? So an autoimmune condition means the body is attacking itself. Auto is a prefix meaning self. So the body is actually attacking itself. So your body is making white blood cells that are literally attacking your hair follicles. And hair follicles stimulate hair growth. And if the body is attacking the hair follicles, then they can't do their job, which is to grow hair. And, so then people have hair losses. And it's called alopecia areata because areata actually means patches. So this is where people will get coin-shaped bald patches all over their head, all over their scalp. And so it's really interesting because there are many causes for this. And there's a lot of people who are living with this condition. It affects a lot of people. So it can cause this patchy hair loss. And so, of course, with her being in a public eye, rather than wear wigs all the time, she just decided to, shave it off and just be free. The Congresswoman Ayanna Pressley is suffering from the same thing, but I think she has all over hair loss. So what causes alopecia areata? So it has a huge genetic component. So if somebody in your family suffered from it, then you're more likely to suffer from it. It can also have to do with environmental causes. If you are susceptible to having allergies, eczema, what we call atopy, which is inflammation in the body due to an environmental or outside cause. And that also contributes to eczema, which is where people get the dry, scaly patches on their skin and they itch. It's very common. That is very common in children. But alopecia has a component, to do with that, with areata. Also, again, some of the other causes are, again, someone who's subject to autoimmune diseases. And some of the autoimmune diseases are diseases like lupus, where you have inflammation all around. That's what Nick Cannon suffers from. So what are some of the other causes of hair loss? So you have all kind of, you have other types of alopecia. So we have what's called traction alopecia. And that is very common in Black women who wear wigs and hair pieces and things, because traction alopecia just basically means that something is pulling on the scalp and it's irritating the scalp and causes hair loss because of pulling. So this could be from weaves, wigs, very tightly pulled hairstyles like braids or even dreadlocks. If anything where somebody is pulling on the scalp and it starts to irritate it, it can cause these patches of hair loss. So is alopecia permanent? In about 10% of the people, it can be permanent. Most people, the hair will grow back. It can grow back usually over a period of a year. So it can be permanent for some people, and that's got to be a devastating thing to live with, to know that you can never have your hair ever grow back again. What are some of the other types of hair loss or things that cause hair loss? You can get hair loss from from a psoriasis, which is another form of autoimmune where the body is attacking itself and it causes scaly patches of skin and inflammation. And so psoriatic hair loss is possible. Also, we have what's called tinea. Tinea is the Latin term for what we call old-fashioned ringworm. So people get ringworm on their skin, you can get ringworm in your scalp. And that is definitely reversible with a topical cream that kills fungus. The tinea is a type of fungus. So that could cause hair loss. Of course, everybody knows cancer treatment, chemotherapy, radiation. Mostly chemotherapy can cause hair loss, and that is definitely temporary. When somebody stops the chemotherapy, their hair will start to grow back. Childbirth can cause hair loss because when a woman is pregnant, she has like all these hormones that are up just at very high levels, and then when she has the baby, the levels just plummet. So that definitely can contribute to hair loss. Hormonal imbalances, hormonal diseases like thyroid. We talked about Wendy Williams and her thyroid being overactive. If somebody has an underactive thyroid, which is called hypothyroidism, that can also cause your hair to thin and fall out. So you have a lot of different causes of hair loss, and it's unfortunate because, including just aging. So that's, probably the most common one. Men can completely lose their hair from aging. Women tend to have a thin area, and it's usually kind of in the crown area, and it thins out. They don't usually go completely bald when it's due to aging. But they will have thin patches of hair that are usually kind of in the crown area. So hair loss is a very sensitive thing. It's a very sensitive thing. And as far as my opinion is concerned, they're saying Chris Rock did not know that Jada had this condition, but he should have known. He should have known. He knew he was going to make a joke about her, and he should have taken the time to figure out why she is sporting a bald, fade like that. And the thing was, I think at first, Will kind of laughed the joke off a little bit, but then when he looked at his wife and they said that she kind of got tearful, I saw her roll her eyes. I didn't see the part where she might have gotten tearful, but he saw her reaction. And as her husband, as her protector, he saw her reaction, and I think he just snapped. And I think another part of it is that Will Smith has been a butt of so much social media jokes with them, with this whole entanglement with August Alsina. It's rumored that he and Jada have an open marriage. And, one of her entanglements, one of her side pieces went public with their relationship so that he could sell some records. That didn't work, honey. August Alsina was the one-hit wonder of the world, child. And it didn't work, but it opened them up to a lot of ridicule. And a lot of people's opinion is that, Jada is very controlling, and Will is more like the woman in that relationship. But regardless, some people might think he's the woman in that relationship, but he wasn't last night. Honey, he stood up for his woman. There are some camps of people, some factions of people say, hey, black women need to be protected at all costs. Chris Rock set himself up for that by making a joke about this man's wife right in front of her like that. He had also made a joke about her at the 2016 Oscars when he hosted. He made a joke about her in his opening monologue because she didn't attend the Oscars, and she made a video boycotting the Oscars because that's when that whole Oscars so white hashtag really started. And Chris Rock said something about Jada boycotting the Oscars is like me boycotting Rihanna's panties. I wasn't invited anyway. So maybe Will just had got tired of being the butt of everybody's jokes, and all over social media they got memes of Will crying and stuff. So I don't know. I can't speculate, but I feel for him. And that's got to be a horrible thing to sit and watch your wife go through that. She's a very beautiful woman, and she's having to go through a serious medical condition in the public eye, and that's got to be difficult. So, I hope that this has been informative. I hope you learn more about alopecia and about hair loss in general. And, I always, like I said, like to bring a little bit of a medical perspective to some of these celebrity events that happen out in the media. But this has been Dr. Charm. If you like what I had to say, or even if you didn't like it, drop down and comment below. Make sure you like and share. Thank you. Have a good one.